What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, that dude. Let's talk about what y'all are talking about, which is the NFL collusion scandal. And we know the not guilty verdict between the NFL and NFLPA, but that's in court, not necessarily the court of public opinion. So we're going to dive deep into that as Meadowlark Media's Pablo Torre and Pro Football Talks Mike Florio did an amazing job of this discovery, and they're going to give us some of the secret tests and testimony of the NFL owners. So we're going to go through their phones and see what's really at the bottom of this. Names like Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to throw that one in there because it goes all the way back, maybe even to Colin Kaepernick when you mention the word collusion. So we're going to have some fun diving deep into that. But before we do that, make sure you guys support this channel, support the community by going to projecttransition.org. Just leave your email. That's it. Be a part of our global giving community. But if you want to give more and have more impact, make a donation, become a gym member, a giver every month. Help these kids, give impact in the community, give them exposures and experiences, and just help them out as we have their life skills camps. All right, now let's dive into this. Now, I'm going to speed it up because it's a 61-page document that Florio said he read twice. We going to do a little faster, a little more edutainment on this show. Let's go.
Isn't the existence of the Management Council in and of itself per se collusive activity? The mere existence of it is collusive activity in my view.
Okay. Now, he's talking about the NFL Management Council. We're going to dive into what the NFL Management Council is, but it's a collection of club executives, the NFL Executive Board, like Roger Goodell, outside lawyers, all that stuff. We're going to get into it. But that's their Voltron, right? That's their special team, assassins, that go after all the labor negotiations, et cetera, CBA. Now, interesting that he starts off there on this show because that's a teaser to what really happened in this collusion scandal. And what really happened in this scandal is going to get properly summed up by my man Pablo Torre. Let's go.
The core of this document involves a closed-door hearing held over 10 days in July and August of 2024, close to a year ago now, that featured witness testimony from the following people: NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray, current Giants quarterback Russell Wilson, former NFLPA President J.C. Tretter, former NFLPA Executive Director DeMaurice Smith, as well as the billionaire owners of the Giants, the Browns, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Ravens, the Patriots, the Falcons, and the Chargers. Which is to say, have you ever seen a document like this before?
No, that's 25% of the league's owners testifying in that hearing.
Okay. I'm jumping around also because between them really diving deep into these 61 pages of this document that they had a little friendly competition. Who was going to find it first? Because obviously you weren't supposed to know about this. And Pablo Torre won out. They're giving each other their props in between. And I just want to keep it to the meat of the issue, which is this collusion scandal. But, boy, do they go there. Oh, you don't think so? Listen.
And this secret document is the story of the National Football League Players Association versus the National Football League, a case brought by the union before an independent judicial arbitrator. And it is rooted in a defining power imbalance in American sports. Because in the NFL, unlike the NBA and NHL and MLB, NFL teams pretty much never do guaranteed contracts.
Now let's talk about that. Now we all hear that as the headline, and then you always say, why? Part of the reason is because the disparity between the NFLPA and the NFL as a management council from day one was wider than any other sports league, right? Like the best union is baseball's union, a lot of people say, right? And they started off on more equal footing, not the NFL versus the NFLPA. And so that catch-up game has been why it's been slow to having those guaranteed contracts, on top of the injury concern in football, which is greater than those other sports as well. So you get those two things, and then the court of public opinion just basically says, well, it's kind of smart not to give them a guaranteed contract. You got to be fully motivated to play football. And even if you're fully motivated, do you really want the smoke? How many grown men have you heard say, I ain't playing no football? Sound like Charles Barkley, right? I ain't playing no football. I play one day of football. So you could be a big, brave, strong, courageous man and don't want to play football. And even money can entice you, right? So fully guaranteed contracts have always faced the resistance, even in just conventional thought. Doesn't make sense, but they did it. And now we're going to talk about what did they really do since they did it.
Even for star players, which is why almost all of the contract numbers that you'll hear are probably fake. Like, if a team cuts a guy, they don't have to pay the full value of that deal that they announced. But what the NFLPA did in 2022 was allege that the NFL's overall aversion to guarantees was no coincidence. The union argued, in fact, that it was the product of collusion.
Okay, now when you hear the word collusion, I think we hear it and we think cartoonish. This is illegal activity, okay? We're not talking about, hey, I'm going to tell the homie not to do something or to do something. It's a little deeper than that. So just remember as you hear that word, it's not a cartoon.
Meaning that billionaire team owners had illegally conspired with the league office against almost 600 veteran players. And early in this document, it turns out, we are pointed to a closed-door meeting that the NFL held in March 2022, and what subsequently happened to 3-star quarterbacks in particular.
Lamar Jackson, first and foremost, Kyler Murray, and Russell Wilson, none of whom received fully guaranteed contracts. And you mentioned the...
It could have deserved it. I had to cut you off mid-word because Deshaun Watson going through the scandal he was going through, and Deshaun Watson getting that fully guaranteed contract, not being the number one quarterback in the league, but still being highly ranked and highly regarded, as the others were, Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and Kyler Murray at the time that they were up for their deals, raised some eyebrows. And it made Torre do their homework on this, and it made the NFLPA take the NFL to court.
Almost 600. At some point during this litigation, this collusion grievance that was filed under the auspices of Article 17 of the collective bargaining agreement, it went from 3 quarterbacks to 594 players. And that's important because, number one, I didn't know that. I hadn't heard that.
One, I should never speed up Mike Florio because he already talked fast. But 2, I love how the first most important part about learning something is, I didn't know that. No, the most important part is the impact of it. Not just you didn't know. Nobody knew.
I thought it was 3 quarterbacks. You take 594 players, and if there's ultimately a finding of collusion, the damages would have been in the billions if they had won this.
Yeah.
But the union did not win this. To be clear, no damages ultimately were awarded, which is also more or less all the public has ever heard about this case. Until today.
That's a pretty impressive summary of something that has many tentacles, many ramifications, many allegations, many truths, and I think many still unanswered questions as to why. Why was it a secret? Why don't they want us to talk about it? And everybody involved has, I think, an answer to that question of why.
Yep, and I'm about to give you the answer. This is Marcellus Wiley with an urgent message for anyone struggling with over $10,000 in credit card debt. Here's what you need to do right now. Visit pt.monitordebt.com. They've helped thousands reduce what they owe by dealing directly with creditors, cutting balances by 30, 40, even 50%. This isn't a loan. This is a proven debt settlement program where you make affordable monthly deposits while they do the heavy lifting. Many clients become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Don't wait another day drowning in interest. Call 866-204-0071 or visit pt.monitordebt.com. Your financial freedom is waiting. It's just one phone call away. I heard Doug Gottlieb take a shot at Pablo Torre saying he's too smart for sports. Mr. Harvard Pablo Torre himself. The thing about it is he's coming at it with a high brow. Like, look, I'm not dumbing down and talking to you guys. I suffer no fools. Let's highbrow this up and come with intelligent conversation. And I am here for it, and I think my audience, you guys are here for it as well. Okay, so now we're going to get into a little more of the meat of this. Why didn't we hear about this collusion scandal, even though nobody was guilty? Why didn't we hear about these details? Why were they so protective of us not finding out the details of this? And why didn't the NFLPA blast the NFL, even if they weren't found guilty? They were still, in the court of public opinion, they could have won and got a lot of favor by saying, hey, simple, okay, you didn't collude against Deshaun Watson. He got his. You didn't collude after him. Oh, nobody else got theirs. Why not? And there have been more qualified quarterbacks since Deshaun Watson, or in terms of the numbers, in terms of their resume, that haven't gotten theirs. Lamar Jackson come to mind. So point being, why did Deshaun get his and Lamar didn't get his? Interesting. And Justin Herbert sitting there like, hold my beer. Interesting. So here's a little commentary on it. You know, I like to read quotes, not articles. doing this 25 years, unmistakable vibe that I picked up over the years, this is Mike Florio talking, is what the management council says goes. And when they give you a suggestion, they're not really giving you a suggestion. They're telling you this is how business gets done, okay? Now, this is coming off the heels of that 5-year, $230 million contract Deshaun Watson signed. Now, why didn't they get blasted by the NFLPA? Well, speaking of Russell Wilson, who we know plays for the Giants right now, they detail in this episode the reason that the NFLPA had to be hush on it as well is because their president, J.C. Tretter, repeatedly insulted Wilson. They got that on record, even referring to him as a wuss over his failure to secure a fully guaranteed contract from the Broncos. So it's kind of weird if you representing all the players and you talking bad about the players while you over there battling the owners. Not exactly the good look. I feel like I'm Pablo Torre right now, getting my deep look on it. I'm fascinated by this because when I hear the word collusion, everyone always jumps, yeah, the man, yeah, the machine, damn it. But then you got to understand, you got to match the definition to actually what was an incident or an occurrence. You can't just say that matches this unless it actually does. We haven't gotten there yet. So here's another part. I would say that as the NFL's monitoring my media appearances, which they are, I just like that they had to listen to that as well. That is Pablo Torre saying now that he says the NFL is monitoring him, right? Like the FBI or CIA. They're checking on what he's talking about now because they're trying to figure out how in the hell did he find out about these documents? How did he get his hands on these documents? Well, I got my hands on my second brain documents, and I want us all to just walk through collusion. And then, court of public opinion, y'all beat it up in the comments. Did the NFL collude? Let's go here. Collusion is a secret. Now, it ain't a secret if we all together, but we keeping it secret from the public, I guess. Or illegal cooperation or conspiracy between two or more parties, typically to deceive, cheat, or defraud others. Let's go. All right. So in sports, typically it's when teams or players conspire to throw games or influence results unfairly. Not this example as much, right? So this is kind of more like in business when competing companies secretly agree to fix prices, rig bids, or divide markets, violating antitrust laws. So when we want to keep wages suppressed, not fully guaranteed, we're on to something here. So I then asked what happened in this ruling, and the arbitrator found that the NFL Management Council, backed by Commissioner Roger Goodell, did encourage teams in March of 2022 owners meeting to reduce guaranteed money in contracts. They did. They told them, hey, dog, don't be giving these dudes all that fully guaranteed money. Ain't good for our books and ain't good for our looks. Cats be out there tapping out. Okay? Is that collusion? Well, the arbitrator, Christopher Droney, found no concrete evidence that the clubs had entered into a formal collusive agreement across the league. Basically, Roger Goodell is suggesting something, but I own my own damn team. I do what I want to do. It's almost like we all live in the same community, all gated community, right? And then we all go to the HOA meetings, and they telling us what to do. Do you walk away and do everything they tell you to do? Do you? Okay. So that's what they're trying to say here. So thus the arbitration claim was dismissed in full, and the NFL and its teams weren't proven to have illegally colluded under the CBA's strict standard. So that's when Torre jump in and say semantics. Because basically the NFL Management Council, they don't make suggestions. They give directions. They give demands through suggestion, right? So, like OTAs. Yeah, miss it if you want to. It's not optional. That O is not for optional. So anyway, I can read y'all. I can nerd y'all out too much right there. So that's what happened there. Now, what is the NFL Management Council? This is interesting. They negotiate the CBA. They advise teams on the cap issues, guarantee money, contract structures, arbitration cases, grievances, etc. Who's on the Management Council? This is gang related. Roger Goodell, Dasha Smith, Chief Administrator Officer, Larry Ferrazzani, sound like he knows something, Legal Counsel, team representatives, select owners, presidents, high-ranking team officials of the 32 clubs, members rotate, Teams like the Cowboys, Patriots, Steelers, and Giants often have reps due to their influence. And then outside counsel. The counsel also works with elite law firms specializing in labor law to strategize and defend against grievances or lead negotiations, right? Oh, my goodness. Damn, the NFLPA in trouble. Ain't no way. You can't win. Maybe I can, Adrian. It's one of those. Long story short, and I know it was a long story, but I thought it was a fascinating story. Hopefully you guys still rock with me so you can catch this rap. They're sophisticated. The NFL has figured out a way to give strong suggestion and throw rocks and hide their hands, right? So that's not collusion. I'm not saying that they colluded. I'm saying they're saying something at a meeting in front of all these people of power and influence to influence them. But do what you want because you own the team. What a beautiful setup. We have 32 owners sitting in front of me, and I work for you. But I'm going to tell you what works best for you. And if you listen, guess what happens? We all win. Well, not all, because they don't. But we all win. And actually, they do, too. While we make billions, they make millions. And that's how the game goes. Whew, pretty deep right there. So you know on this show, boy, to show love, and we ain't got no hate, we flow, boy. But before we do that, we make sure everyone leaves their email at projecttransition.org to be a part of our global giving community. If you want to do more than that, you want to have greater impact, donate or become a gym member, giver every month. Like my man Mike Wickman, who won this book right here. Wow, damn it, leave the mic alone. Oh, look at that. That's my card as well. Yep, no collusion right there. That's just me with muscles. Wish I could go back and get those muscles, but I'll send that to you. I sent it to Mike Wickman last week. I'm sending you one this week. Just become a gym member. All right. And also you got to check the link in the description for my monitor debt resolution. I'm trying to hook y'all up. If y'all got credit card debt, medical debt, personal debt, student loan debt, shoot, baby mama debt. I don't know what debt you got. Your ex is tripping debt. Just go to my link in the description. That's your financial wellness prescription. Monitor debt resolution. Hundreds of you guys have called. I need more of you guys to call. That helps support the channel as well. But guess what? I'm supporting you because I'm going to help you out of that drowning race of interest rates. I'm trying to pay off these minimums and I'm just drowning in debt. Stop that. Go to the link in the description for your financial wellness prescription. Monitor debt resolution. That's your financial solution. Okay, now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. Ooh, pretty. Oh, NFL, where y'all at? I know how this game go. Collusion, Chronicles. NFL don't want that Watson money going out. Yo, Watson got that bag. Now the league got mad. Fully guaranteed, man, the owners went sad. They huddled in the dark like a mafia flick. Don't give out no deals or the cap gon' split. Lamar said, I want mine like Deshaun. They said, you run too much, boy. Move on. Wilson cooked up, but they turned off the stove. Broncos gave the bag, now they searching for the code. Kyler want that cheddar. They gave him a clause. Study more film or we'll pull the applause. Herbert clean cut, still they hesitate. All cause Watson got a deal they love to hate. Watson got that bag, the league got mad, everybody sad, but they don't know what they did. They had, fully guaranteed. Man, you better get off that Stephen A's weed. They said, hold up, this gotta stop real quick. No more Watson deals, make them earn every brick. Shedeur in the draft, drop like a rock. Too much prime time, let's humble that talk. Kaepernick kneel, now his phone on mute. But Watson's got 230 just to throw and reboot. This ain't no salary cap. It's a power trap where they whisper in suits and cook up the map. Hey, collusion ain't illusion, it's well disguised with private flight steak bites and media lies. They scared of a wave they can't control, so they blackball stars to protect the gold. Man, come on, y'all. God dang, I'm good with this thing. Why, yeah, y'all thought about, boy. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so